Oh, I'm live. Sorry. Let's go live. Yeah, I failed on one of mine, so it said it wasn't live. But hey, we're live. Yes, we're live. My cat was busy scratching his scratch post, so hopefully you didn't hear that. But yes, we're live, and this is the Let's Go Live show. Welcome. I'm Jane-Gardner, and welcome to Let's Go Live show today. Today we're going to be talking about sound. And I had some cute little sounds of a toilet flushing and a door slamming, but I haven't uploaded them, so lucky for you, because those are the kind of sounds you don't want to have on your recording, and obviously. So we're going to be talking about ambient sound, the sounds in your environment and how you can control them. And we are going to go and do my bio while I'll go and get the thing I'm going to talk about. And so let's go live. Let's go. And share yourself to connect with your audience, right? So I'm Jane Gardner. I work with my husband at a structural engineering firm for the last 23 years, and we live in Western Canada. We like to vacay. We like to explore other places, and I'm an artist, and we have dogs and cats. And I have lots of websites, and I love to talk about home business. But in 2018, I went on to explored getting onto TV, and I have 4 channels on Roku Fire TV and Fire TV at the Business of Home-Based Business, Home Biz Startup TV, Business Success TV, and Finding Your Purpose TV on the Visibility Broadcasting Network. And from that experience, I have developed my own ultimate TV channel system where you can go from invisible to having your own TV channel making lots of money. But anyway, we are talking about going live, so that's the first step of being a TV mogul. And Let's Go Live show outline is why you need to go live, mindset, studio setup, and also, I'm just reaching for my stuff to show you. Video, we'll do video off camera and video on camera, just for those of you who don't want to be on camera. And then we will be doing the free platforms to go live: Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn Live, and of course you can use your mobile phone. And we'll look at the free broadcasting softwares like OBS, which is Open Broadcasting System. No, that's not right. But anyway, it's free, and mobile, of course, is free. And we'll see what else is free. And then we'll look at the paid broadcasting software like Zoom, of course, which most people are on, and XSplit and StreamYard and all these other various places and softwares that like to broadcast. And then we'll look at multi-streaming broadcasting software and how you can stream to different platforms like I am. And we'll also be interviewing with entrepreneurs who have a show. We'll be interviewing with people who do lives on a regular basis. We'll have interviews with software companies. We'll have the Let's Go Live challenge, which is quarterly. It's coming up soon in August. And an interview with new entrepreneurs having success with their show. So any one of you who get initiative to get excited about the idea of going live and getting known, you can come on the show. So we've already talked about why you need to go live. Obviously you need to be seen, and you need to be seen as the influencer and the knowledge and educator and also the person who's the expert in your business. And why should you? Well, of course you should stop hiding behind your slides. You need to be the face of the business. You need to show your face, whether you like it or not, because this shows your personality and people get to know, like, and trust you. You need to show up on a regular basis so people get to know you better, and you need to share your knowledge and your value with them when you're on your live, and so people will want to come back and back and back and back to see you and your trainings, and that is why you should be visible. So we also talked about mindset being everything. I know for a lot of people it's hiding behind your camera, you're afraid of the camera, being imperfect, no one be interested in what you're saying. You have all these limiting beliefs that will stop you from getting on camera, but these are things that you can overcome, because I have overcome these things, and I'm here and I'm going to do this show for the next 12 months, regardless of whether anyone is watching, regardless of any sickness or any sick dogs that I have to take to the vet soon, and etc., etc. You just do it. And so today I was looking at ambient sound, and it's basically the sound or the noise of your environment for your where you have your studio space and where to pick it. And so we are going to first get me back on camera to show you what we're going to be talking about. Here we are. Oop, and there's a sound as my mouse drops. I don't know, it always comes off my table. It's driving me crazy. One day it will not work at all. So while I get my mouse, I will hand this up. Oh my god, now I've done something to my desktop. Stop it. There we go. These, can't really see them. Here, hold on. Here we go. Boom! These are acoustic panels. They are basically just foam, and they've got that pattern so the sound bounces in and gets absorbed by the panels instead of the sound bouncing off the walls. Because did we talk about sound bouncing off the walls? We may not have, but I think but this is basically, you make a panel of these, you get like 20 a pack or 10 a pack. That's all you really need if you've only got one area that's really noisy and you want to control your sound, because you want to be able to have good quality sound, because that's the only thing people want to do when they listen to your video. They don't really care what you look like or what you're doing. They want to just hear what you've got to say. So you need to have a good quality microphone, and we'll be talking about that later. Now, in 2022, I did a whole series called Step in Front of the Camera series, and I thought I would just run that presentation as I can, because I'm using XSplit, and I can open up a scene with that and let it roll, and you will be able to hear it and find out how to use your acoustical panels. So let's get started. Welcome, welcome, it's Jane again, doing another show. And this time we're going to be talking about the audio acoustics in your room. I know I kind of skipped over this and went on to microphones, but today we're going to talk about padding and acoustic panels. So we're also going to have another episode where we talk about Audacity, the free software you can use to record your voice, but you can also use Audacity to basically make a recording of you speaking, and then listening to the recording and seeing what kind of sounds you hear other than your voice that you don't want to hear, because Audacity has a few things in there where it can cancel out those sounds and take them out. But we're going to talk today about how to try and take some of those problems in your sound out before you actually record. So today you've either realized that you have an echo, or maybe your audio's perfect, you don't have to do any of this, so even better. But if not, and you have something noisy that you can't get rid of, for example your computer, but you could put it into an acoustical box, like a box with acoustical panels on it, so it absorbs sound and it doesn't come out, or something like that. But you can probably find something fairly reasonable to do this, but you cannot easily edit bad audio noise in post-production. I mean, you can, but why try and get it, make it better the first time? So we're going to talk about a couple of things. You may have already heard about, if you do any podcasting, audio foam panels, and the other one is called a bass trap, which probably you've not heard of, and I'll show you a picture of, because it's mostly used in music studios. And I'm going to sneeze, so excuse me while I sneeze. So what are bass traps and foam panels? Well, essentially they do one thing, which is to absorb echo and clean up your reverb in your recording studio. But although they may look the same, they're actually a bit different and they serve different purposes. So the smaller the room is, the more padding you will need in order to absorb sound because of the echo. When you speak, your voice and your audio just bounces all over on the walls and comes back to you if it's too small. So we're probably going to have to put up some acoustical panel to reduce the echo, for example. So bass traps are used to filter out or remove the low frequencies or the bass frequencies. Now, it really depends on what you're building your home studio for. If you're going to record music, for example, traps will help you because they will help you to control the bass frequencies when recording. But also there are bass frequencies in your voice, but generally speaking, for bass traps, you would find a lot in recording studios, music recording studios. If you're doing podcasts or videos like this, then you may not need bass traps, but you definitely need foam panels. So foam panels are for mid to high frequencies, and bass traps and foam panels can work together, or you can use just either one, but mostly it's used together, and if you don't need it all, well, even better. But if you're not in a recording studio or using musical instruments, you can skip the bass traps, and you can just focus on getting foam panels. So we're going to show you some of the what they look like, just so when you're looking in the catalog, you can figure that out. So we're looking at having a little bit of a cold, but we're looking at the acoustics for your studio. And for example, these are foam panels that you can get. They're triangular in cross section, and so they absorb sound since they're foam. And here's a picture of a bass trap over on the left in the corner of the room, and those are foam panels adhering to the wall. So bass traps, they're basically is in the corners of the room is where your walls meet each other, and they're triangular, and so of course they absorb more sound because they're thicker in the middle. And these angles are the ones that reflect the most amount of audio, and it's responsible for serious audio problems sometimes in the corner of the room. So it's always good to put some acoustic panel there, and those are the bass. It's triangular ones are the bass type, which you probably don't need. So if you were to get the bass traps, they'll fit in nicely here in the 90-degree angle in the wall. They're triangular, but you don't really need bass traps if you think your audio is pretty good when you do your tests and you're not recording music. So in this section, you can position your acoustical panel, foam panel, in the corner to absorb any sound that might be echoing off in the corner, because it's not as critical for podcasting and doing videos. It's basically you can curve it and attach it, and it'll act in a same way, very cost-efficient way to do it. So the next one you want, of course, to cover is your hard surfaces, for example, the door in your studio. So you can also put foam panels around the door handle and cut it. That's what's nice about foam. And because hard surfaces also tend to reflect audio, make audio bounce, and that creates an echo. So you can basically, this is what acoustical panel looks like. It's triangular in nature. You can get it, of course, on Amazon. and so you can use it. You've got to use more than one, of course, but you don't know how many until you actually try it out. So you might want to just start with a few and then try and see what it does to absorb your sound. And then if it's working, that's great. If it doesn't work, well, you just don't use it. So most importantly, it comes in 2 different colors, so you can have some fun and arrange your foam panels any way you want, and it makes your studio look cool. So the recommended coverage area is 48 square feet for your studio, and this is just a rule of thumb. It really depends how big your studio is, but you should have about 48 square feet of it on one wall. And then, so you can always get packages of 12 square feet, 4 packages of that, for example, or you could get 12 square feet, which is 12 panels, and then times 12. Now, that being said, you don't have to go and get 48 square feet all at once, because as I mentioned before, having too much of this panel actually can affect your audience in ways that you don't really want it to. So you can do more harm than good. So start with your 12 square feet, and you can scale up by adding another 24 or another 12 to different areas in your home studio or office studio until you get the right balance and removed all the acoustical problems like echo and buzz from your studio. So obviously, if you have a perfect studio and there's no problems with sound after you do a test, and I would definitely use Audacity because it has a noise leveling, I think, and it also has a noise removal. And so when you take out your actual voice, you can see the little noise being made of ambient noise before you actually speak, and we'll talk about that later because it's really good to record it and then listen to it very quietly in your headphones to see if you're happy with the sound of your voice, and also of course you're happy that there isn't too much buzz or noise and you don't have to clean it up. Well, if you want to clean it up, then it'd be worth getting some foam panels for your home studio to set up, and I might order some soon just to try it out. Maybe we'll see what the difference is if I put some foam panel up, if I remove any of the noise. Although basically I found that the microphone, having a good microphone like the Blue Yeti or the Audio Technica is great for sound that you really don't need to worry too much about not sounding natural. So that's it for today. I'm going to make a note to do one on Audacity, how to install it maybe, and then show you the possibilities of using Audacity for your home studio, as well as, of course, later on you would use other software like Video Editor. But this is a good start. So we've gone through most of the sound. So that was my recording 2 years ago. I know, I've aged. So, yeah, so basically I do have some of the foam panels on a foam core sheet. Was that 4 foot by 10 foot or whatever? And I put them up against my wall just to absorb any echo from me speaking towards the wall. And also I tried, but I've got a better computer now, but I used to have a noisy computer, and you can put it in between you and the computer, like you and the microphone obviously and the computer, and that will help to remove any sound of the computer noise, because you really can't stop the computer fan noise. You have to live with it, or you have to use foam panels. So I just thought I'd get you that one for sound, and have a look, record your voice, and then go and check it out and take out your voice from the recording and see what the ambient sound is, and see if it's worth getting some foam panels or not, or you don't need to. It depends on what you like for the quality of your voice. So we're going to be talking about microphones soon, so we'll probably do that next time. and then do Audacity after that, because first you need a good microphone. So we're going on to equipment, I think. Even though I've got it set up as saying your environment, I'll think about it and see if there's anything else you need to know about your environment, other than making sure the cats are out of the room and your husband doesn't knock on the door and the phone doesn't ring. Oh, I used to have a phone in this room. It was nuts. It used to ring every time I was doing a recording. But next, and so if you want to get more information and checklists and resources, go sign up at https://jane-gardner.com/live. And the first email there, I'll give you the 7 steps to produce your first show, where we talk about a lot of the equipment and a lot of the software that you can use to make an easy first show. And of course, you can always go to the letsgetvisibleshow.com and sign up there for Getting Visible. And you can also go to implement.club, and you'll probably get all overwhelmed by everything there. But now we're going to just go back to say, if you have any questions, please email me at jgardner@jgardnermarketing.com, and I'll do them on the show live. So you can attend. You'll get notification if you sign up for the Zoom link, and you could attend and see it live and ask me questions. So next time we'll be talking about microphones, I think. Oh, and I forgot to mention our challenge. So it's not 5 days from now, but in August, let's erase that part. August 19th, I'm going to have my first Let's Go Live challenge, where you can come in live and watch the recordings and take action. We'll do the training, and then you'll do the training, and the result by August 22nd, you'll have a 20-minute script for a show planned and ready to create, and I'll get you more details later. So make sure you get on the notification list at https://jane-gardner.com/live, and you can go and see the shows and get notification of the shows if you subscribed at youtube.com/jane-gardner, jane-gardner. You can always see